Hello again, and if you watch the Ellen War video first, thank you, because now I'm going to talk about something else which is covered in dust, and you read the title, so you know it will be The Witcher 2 on PC and Steam, and that's it. I think there will be console ports, as I heard, which is cool. So let's say it was really hard for me to buy that game because I had not much interest in it, because I heard so many bad reviews about the first one. Well, not bad, but it said it wasn't that fun. But when I saw this box on the shelf and the small price was 49 euros, I said, oh, I have to buy this. And when I went back home, I was like, why did I buy this? But I was willing to give it a try because there was a lot of reviews or previews about it that said it was a good game and it looked very impressive. And it is. That's the first thing I'm going to say. The game is beautiful and well optimized because I tried to run it in different settings like minimal and maximum. I've got a pretty good PC, a pretty good configuration, so I'm going to post that somewhere, let's say here, no here, to post my PC so you can make the difference. But I tried everything. On the maximum settings it would lag, of course. But I think I played in high mode just after medium, and it was fantastic. And I tried the minimum mode and it was still beautiful. There's a lot of details, the lights are fantastic. So that's the first good point. The second thing is that they don't joke around. I mean, the box is loaded with cool stuff like, well, of course, the game. And then there's a coin. You probably saw that in Ben's video because it's basically the same box. You got the music of the game, and there's a lot of them. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff, and you can see my camera again. The manual, which I can beat someone to death with because it's pretty thick. And then a bunch of foldable stuff, a map. You can see the map. There, I'm doing an Ashen's vlog today. You can see the map, of course, a fake leather, which just a little bit of story, but I think it was a nice touch. Anyway, I did the character of the game, like you can fold and make like a little puppet. I'm going to try to show you my folding skills. There you go. It's Gerald, I don't know. But that sucks, that part sucks. Now to talk about the game, it's basically an RPG, fantasy RPG, but something that shocked me is like the game is not user-friendly at all. And that's something I will bring... Sorry, I'm trying to tidy up stuff. I don't like when my box are spread out on the floor. It's something I will bring up a lot. The game is not friendly at all. The game doesn't like you. And it's weird because I had a conversation with Benzai, who loved the game, and I told him the interface of the game is really not friendly, like at all. It's really hard to figure out what to do on how to do it. Just how to do it is a brain melter. And he told me, oh really, because the first one was way more unfriendly. And I said, it's not a good selling point again, you know? It's not because your first game was shit and that the second one is less shit, it's still shit. I'm not saying the game is shit, I'm just talking about the interface. I was so weird because you got so many menus and so many stuff to do, and the game goes by its own, how do you say, glossary. I mean, every word were almost made up at the game, so you have to read the really big instruction manual to know what you're doing, even the spells, you know. It was like, okay, what does Axie mean, what does that do? Mixing potion, I just made it by accident, and it took me a while to figure out how you do potions. And yeah, the game has a lack of tutorial. I mean, there's a menu, and it's the weird part. I found that later on in the game, but you go to your journal, quest journal, and in there you got a tutorial hidden between other menus, which is weird. I mean, for me, a quest journal should just have your quests. Even if it's a quest you've done and quest you have to do, why a tutorial there? That was so weird. So I decided to take a look at the tutorial because I wanted to know how to play the game. But even the tutorial is so weird because it's not really written like it's talking to someone who's playing a game. It's talking to you like if you were Geralt. And it's really weird because I didn't understand everything. Maybe it's because it was in English and it's not my first language, but like I remember at some point I finally figured out how to do potions or cast some stuff, but then I picked up like a piece of armor, an enhancement, like they call that. And I was like, I want to use that. And the game basically tells me you have to put it on a piece of armor in a certain time or position, whatever. And I'm like, okay, but in which menu? Because it never tells you that. Because I clicked to my character page and the piece of armor showed up. So I thought, it's here, maybe I have to do it. And no, the game is telling you, you can't do that here. No, no. And I was like, okay, but where can I do it? I check all the other menus, you couldn't do it. So I thought, oh, maybe I have to go to a forge, like where I crafted my sword. No, it just doesn't work. And the game would never tell me how to do it. And then there's so much stuff like the potion system, the inventory system, character option, the meditation pose where you can upgrade your character, use mutagen, use enhancement, drink potion, because of course Geralt can't drink potion during fight, not be classy. Especially, it's especially lame when you fight the first boss, you know he's going to use some kind of poison, and if you did the quest, you have the potion that match him, so you won't get too much damage. That works, perfect. That means you have to prepare for your fight. But for the millions and millions random encounter you will find in the forest, how are you supposed to know which potion to drink unless you went there first, get raped, come back, drink the potion? And it's all about trial and error, but it's way too much. I mean, I only beat the first boss of the game, and I remember I died like 1,000,000 times. And that's what made the game unfriendly, because the fighting mechanics is a little bit weird. When you try to dodge an enemy, there's like a chance on two that you will land on another sword. So that was so frustrating. And I didn't play the game since yet when I beat the first boss, because I was like, what was that? It was so tedious. I had to try the scene 6 times, and it was just the first boss. But Benzai assured me that the game gets better after that, but I saw the game in itself is not bad. I really enjoyed it, and it was like for Eleanor. I kept on playing because it was interesting. I mean, the graphics were beautiful and the story was really engaging, like you were a part of something bigger than you. The fights were not that bad, but I mean, it's the whole process of trying to do something in the menus that made me go, I can't do it anymore, because at some point I felt like I was playing Football Managers and playing an action RPG, because I realized I spent so much time in the menus that I was not really playing a game. I mean, it's a lot of strategy and stuff like that, but it's really not my cup of tea. And like I said, I'm a casual gamer, which means I don't play a lot, especially RPGs, because RPGs are really demanding in terms of time. You have to spend a lot of time on them to upgrade, know the game and stuff like that. And The Witcher 2 is basically an RPG for really hardcore RPG fans. I mean, the only RPG I played to the end was Oblivion, and even Benzai told me, well, Oblivion is not really an RPG and it's not that hard. I agree, but I enjoyed it because I like that atmosphere. But The Witcher 2 is basically telling you you have to know RPG to play that. You can be a noob and try to play that game. It's impossible. So would I recommend it? Yes, because it's a good game. It's a good experience. For hardcore RPG player, you will love it. You will love it. Because it's a little bit like Dragon Age, the first one, not the second. It's really demanding. You really have to work on strategy. You can win the game just by pressing the left button on your mouse, like Dragon Age 2. But for people that never played an RPG, I wouldn't recommend it, because it's not a good first experience. If you played a few and you like that a little, like me, yes, try it, because it's a good game, but it's depend on your persistence of playing the game again and again, on your patience. That's it. I'm not really patient when it comes to video games, and I think I will play it at some point, but right now I really don't want to fight with the menus again. Yeah. So that was my final words. Thanks for watching, and see you later.